Well, there you go. We're on again. Listen, if it's Tuesday, it means it's time for Comic Book School because we own Tuesdays. It is March 8th. And if you're a first time creator hoping to get your first comics published, or a rising talent trying to build your audience, or just an old grizzled pro like me, we welcome you to Comic Book School. I say we because I have a co-host, even though you only see me right now. My name is Buddy Scalera, and I'm the founder of the Comic Book School, a place where people can go to learn about the craft and business of making comics, just like you. I'm also a comic book writer and a publisher with nearly 30 years in the comic book business. Tonight, I am joined by one of my sweet, sweet friends and personal hero, a man that sat next to me at Wizard and tolerated me and all of my quirks. Please welcome the three-time Emmy Award-winning writer, Mike Fasolo.
Hello, buddy.
That part's always ad-libbed. I never actually know what I'm going to say when I introduce you.
I was just gonna say that when you're reading off of that script, you should practice it a couple times so it seems more natural.
I got to tell you, I didn't sleep well last night. You ever have a night where you didn't sleep well because you went like this? You were like, let me just look at the alarm clock. It's probably going to ring in 5 minutes. You're like, oh, this will just ring in a couple minutes, the alarm clock. And it wasn't that time.
And then you couldn't go back to sleep.
Yeah, I actually fell asleep on the couch. I'd wear a nicer shirt tonight, but I didn't have time to change.
Oh, well, you know what happens.
Yeah. I had to comb my hair because it was like this.
You should have left it.
So we have a show tonight. I don't know if it's a good show. There you go. We named this show Same Old Stuff, Different Night.
Yeah, well, it is a different night with the same old stuff. So there you go. You aren't lying.
So tonight, Mike, I'm going to be pulling something out of the archives. Thanks to the immensely talented Dee Alley, who is the producer of our show. We have a wonderful introduction to an old ComixVision clip. I almost stumbled and called it Comic Book School. Mike, I started ComixVision in 1995. Before I started Wizard, I was still single. I was about 50 pounds lighter, and I still had the same desire to see my face on television.
Yeah, but you didn't know me.
I didn't. In the clip that I'm about to show you, and I don't think it's going to play very well because this stuff doesn't stream very well on over YouTube, and I tried to upload a clip. I couldn't seem to get it right. So I'm going to show you a clip back from 1995, Mike. Some of our audience wasn't even born in 1995.
That makes me sad.
Oh, Andy Siebert's with us. He said, "Evening, lads." Rich is here. Redheaded Ed is here. So I'm expecting that everybody will thoroughly enjoy this clip of Adam Kubert just bluffing for time here.
Look around the mic camera.
All right. You ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
We're going to do it. Can you hear the audio?
No.
What?
No.
What do you see? You see the
I see thing? It says Buddy's Comic Archives, and it looks like a basement.
All right, we'll just talk over it. So Dee Alley and some of the crew from Comic Book School took the ComixVision logo. Remember, that was our logo?
I do.
And this was an interview we did with Adam Kubert. Matt Simpson was our original producer for the show. There's me and Matt. We did a little sketch comedy.
A little shtick.
A little shtick. We talked about how I didn't understand how TV studios work. I feel like there's a consistent theme about me not really knowing what's going on.
Which is
on
generally
whatever
true.
I'm working on. So there we are, and they put it in an old Zenith television frame, and then, just scroll it along here. And we went to the actual Joe Kubert School in Dover, New Jersey, and interviewed Adam Kubert. And there's
oh, look, there's funny stuff happening.
Funny stuff. They were being some of these guys, maybe they're big comic book creators now, but there's Adam, and then watch the shot. There you go. Watch. It catches it. Oh yeah, there you go. That's filmmaking. There you go. And then this was Matt Simpson. Mike, I don't think I was the first interviewer on ComixVision.
Really?
No. So this is I don't know how long this is. But here's a
13
picture of
minutes.
me, right? Here's a picture of me.
There's you.
He let me go sit at his art board.
Did you draw something?
I did. I drew a rock or something.
So just a
people can
circle.
find that on the YouTube channel, on the Comic Book School YouTube channel. I don't think I have to tell people where they are because we're actually we're doing this on YouTube and Facebook. But if people want to check it out, it's a full video, and we will be taking more things out of the ComixVision archive, Mike.
That's a long time ago, bud. Long time.
1995 is 26 years ago, Mike.
When did I start?
Must have been 96.
96 or so?
Huh. Oh, I drew a brick.
Well, that's tough. Like just a square or a rectangle, or did you actually make it a 3D kind of thing?
I don't know. I didn't watch the video. I just
put it on there.
Just put it on there. Anyway, I hope people enjoy it. I'll put it right here in the show notes, or maybe the I don't know, where am I going to put this?
Are you going to show clips of us doing our shtick at the beginning of ComixVision?
I am. I'm actually going to be very sherry in the upcoming weeks. Yeah,
I like sherry.
Yeah,
people will get to see me with hair.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
When you look back, I look at pictures of myself and I'm like, what did I eat since then? Like,
what happened?
What happened? So unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, we aged, but we're still friends.
We are.
You put up with a lot with me, Mike. I tell you, you do. You put up with a lot of guff.
You make me laugh, bud. So know it's good. Good. Keeps me entertained.
I'm glad to be entertaining you. So I got a couple of other things to show tonight. I wanted to note, I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to my little share button. Because this is a community of aspiring creators, Mike, I have been extra special. Oops, not that. Extra special careful about trying to share useful information. And just 6 hours ago, I posted a job link. Warner Brothers is, I guess, out in California by you, right?
Yep.
Is looking to produce a new Batman animated series.
Oh.
And will be produced by Bruce Timm, showrunner. Executive producers J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, and James Tucker.
They must have forgotten my name on there.
Well, I think what's pretty exciting about it is it's really informal. It's like, here, send us an email. You want to work on Batman? Send us an email. I actually pulled it up off of the Warner Brothers website. So if you go to the Comic Book School message boards, and I will share this link here, people will be able to find these this job listing. By the way, Redheaded Ed, our producer, D. Alley, is actually an animator. Do you know that?
I did know that, and I hope that she applies for that job.
Right, and you work in animation. Are those names familiar to you? I know J.J. Abrams would be. Would you know who Bruce Timm is?
Bruce Timm. Yeah, he's the writer. He's a showrunner. He's a creator. He's everything.
Yeah, he did a lot. Would you want to work on the Batman?
Oh, absolutely. Series? Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't call me. I don't know why.
They saw this.
Yes, they went, oh, let's call Fasolo. Oh, wait a minute.
They
does that comic book school thing.
So Mike, there was a topic that came up and I sent it out in the newsletter and I wanted to ask you about it. And everybody should know famously that I don't prepare Mike in any way because I want to get honest responses from you. So have you ever heard of the concept, the illusion of change?
No.
All right. So in the days when Stan Lee was writing many comics, he started a long time ago, but he was trying to explain how these characters like Peter Parker could be in high school for so long or be a student for a very long time. And he coined the phrase, or was credited for coining the phrase, the illusion of change. When you and I took a screenwriting course together, remember we took a screenwriting course, we took a couple of them actually, I had heard a phrase which was return to normalcy. Right. So at the end of every sitcom, you can have an episode of a sitcom and you have to return to normalcy so that the next episode they haven't progressed a week. And the same thing with Spider-Man. He hasn't progressed really a month. It's returned to normalcy. So as a writer, Mike, what does this mean to you, this return to normalcy or putting the toys back in the toy box?
It just means that everything goes back to the way it was. Kind of like in South Park where they kill Kenny, but then the next episode he's back. And
Right.
no one acknowledges it. No one says anything. No one's like, "Oh, Kenny died last week." No, it's just another day, no matter
Forgot
what
about
happened.
that one. Well, and that's how it is with comics. So when I was writing a monthly comic, I was writing Deadpool as a monthly comic, and there were certain threads that you were allowed to progress, usually mostly subplot. In main plot, you really couldn't progress much because at the end of this month, you could have a cliffhanger. Oh my God, it's gonna happen. He's gonna fall off a cliff.
He's
With
on a
Deadpool,
cliff.
it didn't matter. But I think one of the coolest things is that you knew that every month there'd be the comic titled Deadpool, so you weren't really going to change that much. Or the Amazing Spider-Man, and you pick it up today, and there's 600 some odd issues. Spider-Man's going to come back.
He's still around.
Right. Even if you watch this Batman trilogy, which the Batman movie just came out about a week ago, my daughter saw it. She said she was terrific. You know that Batman is more or less going to come back as Batman.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're going to have a return to normalcy. You can take somebody through a journey, and you have to bring them back. And I think that this is a skill set that our creative people need to learn in part by deconstructing comic book stories. So when you and I were writing the critically acclaimed B-Files series based was a parody on the X-Files, we both watched the X-Files and tried to understand what made the X-Files the X-Files, right?
Mm-hmm. Are you going to put that up on here?
I think we're going to put clips of our 2 episodes of the B-Files up there at some point, yes.
That's what I'm waiting for. That's what the world needs to see.
So anyway, the return to normalcy is an incredibly important concept. I mentioned it in this week's newsletter, the Comic Book School newsletter, and provided some links to details about where you can learn more. But I think what's important for comic book creators who would like to learn how to write is to have a deconstructionist mindset, be able to read a comic, enjoy it, and then go back critically and deconstruct it. Do you ever do that as a writer, break down how structure works?
I do it with TV stuff. Like I'll watch episodes of, some show that I'm interested in and then sit down and break it down scene by scene and see exactly what happens to the characters and how they go on their journey and all that stuff. It's, takes time.
It does take time, and I find it interesting. Actually, A.A. Rubin say they write the counterpoint to his intro, the Collective Wolverine miniseries that he did with Frank Miller. Did he say that there was no return to normalcy? Is that what it was? I don't know what it was. You know what? When people are typing things, oh no, you have to be quiet. I'm gonna just call for backup here. Could you vamp for a moment as I call for backup?
Oh boy, what happened? Is your dog there? Oh, look at the educational moment. I wouldn't do the check this out now, even though I do have an educational one.
You do?
But I won't do it now because it's not that time.
It'll almost be that time. Anyway, I think it's a topic that we're going to need to ask future writers who are part of the comic book school.
Yeah, get somebody
show.
in here to take a issue and then break it down, see how it's done.
I shall. Now, Mike, I wanted to note something. I don't know if you were aware of this. I'm almost tangentially and barely aware of it myself. That we actually have 2 shows on Comic Book School. If you go to the comicbookschool.com website, there is a little link here. I haven't requested the creation of a graphic yet. But yeah, no, I know.
You should do it yourself.
Yeah, because that always goes well when I design graphics. It notes the CBS live show, which is us right now, and then it notes that we're every Tuesday. But we have another show, Mike. It's called the CBS Assembly, and we focus on creators that are working within our community, and we try to share a spotlight with them so that we can talk about the talented people who are part of our community, our message boards, our contributors. What do you think of that?
I think it's great. Was it every Sunday at 8 p.m.?
Every Sunday at 8 p.m. I literally have never made one of them live because I didn't know when it was.
Well, why should you?
Why should I? We run a community. This community is autonomous. They do things, they get her done, and I am nothing but excited about the CBS Assembly, and I hope some of the people join the CBS Assembly and watch that show. So
You should send out a link in your newsletter,
yeah,
or at least a thing.
one would think that would have been a smart thing to include. Actually, just so people are aware, in case they're not aware, Mike, the newsletter. We have a newsletter right here, the icon here. I had to admit I had not done the newsletter for a long, long time, but I did send it out. What was it, yesterday or today? I think today. Yeah, it was today.
Yeah.
Did you get it, Mike?
I got it. I didn't read it, but I got it.
Well, at least you're honest. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Okay, we're running low on time. If we're going to hit the 30-minute mark, we got to work quick. I think we're getting better at the timing, though.
Okay, we got to keep it exactly at 30.
Well, not really, but
Close enough.
Yeah. So I have a very interesting thing to show. I contributed to an anthology, and here is a copy of it. It literally just arrived today. It's called the Monster Mashup Volume 2. It includes one of the members of the comic book school community, Andreas Briano. He's a very good writer and had participated in another anthology called the Monster Mashup. And what it is a comic that takes monsters in the public domain and reimagines them in short stories.
That's kind of neat.
It is kind of neat. Now, they did it on Kickstarter. I wrote the intro, which probably increased the value of this dramatically.
Of course.
Of course. You can find it on the Facebooks, which I know that you don't belong to the Facebook.
I'm not on the Facebooks.
Still, after all this time.
Yeah, I just never was on and never really cared to be.
So you're on the Facebook. So Monster Mashup Volume 2, you can link to their website, which is Grit City Comics, and you can get info about it here. Now, the strange thing was a little sad, actually. They created this comic book, and the person who was the editor and publisher of it passed away not too long ago. So I looked up his name, and it confirmed he had passed away. So hopefully the community that created this is aware of it. It is a fantastic piece of work, and really, what a loss. I mean, this person, Eddie Headington, put together a great book. And hopefully people go and check it out because it is a really nice piece of work. Great idea, excellent package, high quality stories.
Can you download it, or is it only purchasable?
You know, I don't know. I think you'd have to read carefully, something that neither you nor I tend to do. So
skim.
Yeah, we'll wait until someone in the community fills in the blanks for us.
They can tell us.
You could. All right, good. Download it. So I wanted to share a couple of additional photos with you, Mike. This wasn't the last time we were together, but it was close to the last time together. This was when we were together in 2018. We were at Long Beach ComicCon in Long Beach, California. I was doing comic book school classes. This is us. Your eyes are closed, but I look pretty good. So I wanted to be able to share that. But I wanted to also show this is Scott Koblish. He is doing the storytelling on the page. This is a picture of Frank Thierry, who was the scriptwriter. That's Scott Koblish. and Drew Johnson on the right, and that was one of our events. And then this is another one there, Steve Ellis, who also participated. And you remember that panel? Do you
I
remember?
think I was at that one. Yeah.
I think you definitely were. I have photos of you, but I'm not allowed to show them because there's another person in there. So
You just blur their face.
they blur their face. And then this is me at my table at the comic book school table.
That looks like a good table.
It was a good table. It had mostly of the Deadpool stuff. It actually has a Midlife Crisis there and some of the others. And then here, perhaps the most important photo, because I think I'm taking a trip back out to California, Mike, my true love, In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger.
Yes.
And they're like, why doesn't he ever lose weight? And I'm like, right there.
That's it's good for you food.
I get off the plane and we're on our way to In-N-Out Burger. Am I right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's just down the street for me, which is fantastic.
It is. So, Mike, we have a check this out segment, and you know what? Usually, usually you don't come as prepared, but I think you're prepared this time.
I think that's a lie. I am usually well prepared, as you know. But today, yes, I have a very educational one.
You have an educational? Oh my God, you do have an educational one.
Yes, Stephen King on writing.
One of the best books ever on writing. Am I right?
Yes, fantastic. This was really great. It was basically all about his climb to the top of being Stephen King and some little tips and tricks that he uses. It is definitely something that every writer should read.
I love that book, and I am so impressed that you brought an educationally relevant book to the show tonight.
You're welcome.
I thank you. So everyone should give Mike a beautiful round of applause, because I'm serious. That was good. Yours is actually better than mine.
Next week I won't have a good one at all.
Although mine is pretty darn good. I found these in the archives as I was pulling them out.
These shouldn't count.
They do count, and I'll tell you why. Because they show the behind the scenes of how Twisted Toy Fair Theater was made. Do you remember the warehouse?
Of course I do.
So I don't know where you would find these. These were in the archives, but I think they're relevant because this kind of it helped you get to California.
It did. Yes, I will say that it was relevant for that, but educational.
I'm stretching.
This is educational.
You win this time. You definitely win. You win, and I have to admit, you definitely you took the prize. But come on, this was relevant for you.
It was relevant for me. Yes.
Can you just tell people why it's relevant? Because I just don't think people know what you write for television. I
write Robot Chicken, and this is all kind of how it all began in Toy Fair.
It is, and Seth Green has a quote there on the top. So in volume 3,
insanely brilliant.
You had Seth Green, but actually that was volume 2 rather. But you stepped it up, and in volume 3 you had the Pope.
Yes, well, the Pope loves Twisted Toy Fair Theater.
Twisted Toy Fair Theater.
Yeah.
If people remember that it was originally called Twisted Mego
Theater. Yes, right. Yes.
You couldn't do that.
Am I in the credits in that book? In the
Which one? Are you in? I don't.
Well,
we're both in the masthead.
Masthead. That's what I meant. Credits.
Yeah, we're both in the mast. I'm even in the masthead.
What am I in the masthead as? Dummy.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I'm in the masthead in these. I don't think I am, actually. Yeah.
They cut us out.
Did they? I don't know. Anyway, looks like you got the win this week.
Yes, I did.
So, Mike, thanks so much for joining, and everybody for joining. Despite me coming on tired and cranky, I feel very cheered up and encouraged by everybody joining us tonight.
Oh, well, that's good. But I do see in the background you have your Batman thing covered up by a lamp.
Yeah, the lighting back here is terrible, and sometimes when I'm working, it's too intense. So I've started to put mood lighting around.
Oh, that's nice.
I did. It's worked. And there's my Jaws shark. Did I ever show that Jaws shark?
No.
This was something that I did when I was a kid. My father, we had to make a diorama. So my father made with me. We made a full Jaws diorama, and it is full 360.
Nice.
And I found this in my father's basement.
Nice.
You
What's
can
with
see,
the number
what
on the
is it,
boat?
Quint getting his legs chopped off.
Yeah. What's the number on the boat?
Just a number. I couldn't, at the time you couldn't just go to the video store and get Jaws out.
Oh, so you didn't know the name of the boat?
I didn't know what was the name of the boat. The
Orca.
eye apparently
The orca.
fell off my shark, but look at the teeth. You got the teeth, and I actually made sure you know that it's Jaws.
Yes.
And this is Brody must be up here somewhere, right? Right. And this is Quint. What was the name of the guy that had his legs chopped off?
Yeah. How come there's 3 people though? Weren't there only 2?
Brody, Dreyfus, and Quint.
Oh, but okay. When the boat was sinking though, Dreyfus wasn't on the boat, but I'll let that pass. He was in the cage under the water.
Well, again, this is when you would watch a movie once and you'd say, I've never seen, what was funny? I've never seen Jaws in the movie theater. Have you?
No, I saw it only on VHS and DVD.
My daughter went and saw Miriam gave me a good job, Mike. Oh, I thought she was clapping for me. I put that up because I thought she was clapping for the Jaws thing, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh well, that's what happens when you're tired and cranky.
They're going to critique the diorama.
I think generally it's good, minus not knowing the name of the boat and having 3 people on there when only
what was the name of the boat? The Orca?
The Orca.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Orca.
Oh. And then there was a movie called Orca.
Yes, there was, which I enjoyed, but it was a poor man's Jaws.
Poor man's Jaws.
Yeah.
But speaking of, so my daughter went and saw Uncharted 3 times.
Oh.
And then went and saw the Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, 4 times in a row.
Nice. Just stayed right in the theater.
Yeah, we gave her see, I got a great job. 2 and 3 people. He was a kid. I was a kid. She went 4 times, and I said to her, she went on a Wednesday night, and then she went again on a Thursday night. And I said, why are you going 2 nights in a row? And she goes, well, why not? And I was like, I okay.
Yeah, here's some more money.
And I thought the next time she sees that, for here on ever to 4, will be on a television set at home.
Yeah.
Right, because movies don't come out again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. On a TV.
Would there be like 4 people and a kid and a shark? In Orca there was, right? Oh no, that's right.
Orca there was they had the captain, they had
the license plate.
No, that was in Jaws with the license plate.
Was it?
And the toilet seat.
And Mike. But Glenn, you're right. It was the girl that was swimming, the little kid. So there was a couple.
Oh, you mean the people that got eaten by Jaws? Yeah, they had the girl and the kid, but that was it.
That was it. We thought it was more.
Yeah,
we thought it was more.
And then he ate Quint.
Yeah, who was incidentally the headline actor for that, because apparently he was like a big deal at that point.
Yeah. He was like the Alex Guinness of Jaws.
He was, or Alec Guinness.
That's what I said, Alec. It's the mic. You couldn't hear properly.
The shark was a jerk. Glenn has no love for this shark, huh?
The shark's name was Bruce, just so you know.
That's right.
And the shark never worked properly.
So, Mike, real quick, we're about to go. Next week, I'll be a little bit more prepared. We will have another video. No. We will have another video clip, and then you and I will be getting together pretty soon in human form, I think. So maybe we'll shoot a video together.
Oh no!
What? Why would you say it like that?
Can we do it with my Emmys in the hot tub?
I have actually. I would love to touch your Emmys. This is me trying to stand as tall as possible.
Look how thin I was.
Why do they keep changing you? Yeah, you were skinny.
I know.
Skinny.
No, that was 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Look,
and in this one, just so the people know, you saved a bunch of hikers that day.
I did.
Yes.
And people, I didn't fully understand it, but nobody was helping these poor guys.
Yeah, it was weird. They were trying to climb up this mountain for some unknown reason. And
Where was this? Where did we get
I
this?
think I was going to Griffith
Griffith
Observatory.
right?
Yeah, and it was freezing.
Yeah, we were underdressed.
Yeah, but you saved some hikers. I think it was at least 2 of them, 2 or maybe 3 of them.
Yeah.
So good job, bud.
And I made them. Yeah, thank you. I made them pay me back in different ways. Had something to my eye. All right, Mike. I got nothing else. You got anything else?
I got nothing else.
I got nothing
I blew
else.
my whole load already. It was
That is disgusting and way too descriptive. Thanks everybody for joining us. That's it for the Unprepared Show. Good job on the educational moment there, Mike.
Thank you
for the win. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Aaron, roll the credits.